Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kevin Fair here, your host, and we are back with Code Combat AI League. Now, we've had an spellbinding finish to season number 2, and we are joined again by Nick Winter, Code Combat CEO, for an inside look at the winners, their top strategies, and the biggest moments from this season. I'm excited to also hear that we're going to hear from the winners themselves and get insights from those who have manifested their way to the top of the leaderboard. And then, as an exciting addition, we will also be celebrating Code Combat's annual international competition, CodeQuest 2021, with the support of Code Combat Asia team. Now, without further ado, let me bring out the man himself, the CEO. Nick, man, how's it been going?
Hey, Kevin, it's been great to be back after season 1, which I thought was a big one. Season 2 has blown us away. We've had over 1.1 million players on the Code Points leaderboard. Yeah, 20,000 on the regular season arena Mage's Might, and 3,400 taking it all the way to the challenging finals arena Sorcerer's Blitz. So we're going to be looking in each of the age brackets today, see who held on to those top spots throughout this last month of fierce competition, breaking down their strategies. And it's really exciting this time because we're not only doing AI League Season 2, but we're doing the 3rd year of CodeQuest. CodeQuest was the inspiration for this coding esports tournament series, and so now we're merging them together, East meets West, with some of these original CodeQuest players coming in from Asia, coming in from China, and putting incredibly strong performances on the board. In fact, at one point, almost all the top spots were taken by these CodeQuest players. So let's take a look at the final rankings that we just finished compiling today and see if they managed to hold on as we break it down. With a huge amount of support, not only from the players themselves, but their teachers and their parents over there in Asia. We have the Code Combat's Asia team supporting, and let's hear it from Asia General Manager Bill Wang.
Hello, CodeQuest global players. My name is Bill Wang. You can call me Wang Lao Shi in Chinese. I'm General Manager for Code Combat in Asia. It's my privilege to speak a few words on this awarding ceremony. First of all, I want to congratulate you all who complete this CodeQuest Global Challenge over the last month. It was exciting and fun, wasn't it? You stayed at home for summer vacation, but you have the opportunity play against the global competitors. And you might not know each other, but you saw the names in different languages on the leaderboard every day. Your competitors actually push you to be a better programmer. You compete for higher rank, but you need to try, debug, and improve your coding strategy and coding algorithm every single day. So I would position CodeQuest is not only a tournament, but also a learning journey or learning community. Because of you and your learning peers, you make better and improve yourself every day. So it's great. Thirdly, I would like to shout out to our partners across the region to make it happen. Just to name a few. 心智美和 from 苏州，真气创客 from 宁夏， Global Turing Program from Beijing, East Shanghai Foreign Language School from Shanghai, 马爸爸 from 杭州。Capricorn Educational Group from Hong Kong, Pigeon Middle School from Macau, AI for Kids from Taiwan, and of course, our regional partners in Singapore, Indonesia, India, Malaysia, Korea, Japan, and extra. We work together as one team to make it happen for our kids, for our students, and for our teachers. It's beautiful. Thank you all for your contributions, for your guides, and and supports. We look forward to continue work with you and make CodeQuest even better in the years to come. Lastly, I want to say computer science learning is a journey. It's not a destination. So no matter how well you did in CodeQuest, forget it. Start from tomorrow. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. Actually, I love failure because failure can make you stronger. Just as Steve Jobs said in Stanford graduate ceremony, I want to echo his perspective. Stay hungry, stay foolish, and do your best. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank once again Code Combat General Manager from Asia, Mr. Bill Wong, again for that delivery and that post. Now we're getting ready to go through Season 2's theme, arena objectives, and strategies. Nick, I'm going to toss it back over to you.
Yeah, let me pull up one of these arenas here. This is the Mage's Might regular season arena that I've loaded up. So you can kind of see how it goes. You've got your game arena on the left, you've got your code on the right, and once you run your code, you're playing against another player. Here I've chosen at my mercy blue player, hello 243, and you're going to eat tasty earth balls and fire arrows and fire shields, I suppose, today, because that's the kind of simple code that I put on here, right?
Got it.
Yeah, and so the theme here is we're collecting these mana fruits, and we've got earth, fire, and water, and then we're able to cast these different spells. So here I've got my APIs on here, and I can decide, do I want to use the very expensive spells? Do I want to try to counter with a shield? Do I want to make more collectors? And so I've got all these stats, I've got all these spells. It's kind of like a little mini war game that you got going on, but instead of just playing it once, your code just keeps running and playing against everybody else on the leaderboards, so you can see how it's going. So right now, I just cast a really epic Earth Ball spell, and it looks like Hello 243 is going down because he's not shielding. Everything's almost everything's getting through. He's holding up a big reserve of mana though. So if you can see over here, my mana chart, I've kind of spent most of what I've got, and now he's just shooting arrow after arrow. Now I'm hitting with the big spells, the earth balls, the fireballs, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's the two parts to it, right? There's what spells you're casting, offensive and defensive, and then there's your collectors. And so your collectors, you're telling them, I've got some pretty simple logic here. I just want to get water, earth, and fire mana. Pick that up, and I'm going to power my spells with that. Then I'm going to cast some shields if I got the stuff. This is pretty simple. I'm only doing fire shields, and I'm attacking with earth and water here. Well, I also have fire arrows if I have enough mana. So
right.
Looks like I'm going to take him down. Actually, I'm still ahead of him.
This is close though.
And yeah, I've got more mana than he does. So I've got a whole lot of earth mana here that. Oh, I'm making another collector. No, I need to shoot a spell. No, why did I make spell? No, he got me. Okay, well, I almost got him. And so that's kind of how the gameplay is. So if I were going through this, I would be iterating my code, maybe saying, don't make an extra collector if the time is greater than 2 minutes, because that's the time to go, right? And, I could then rank my game and see if I can take him down, check my score on the ladder, and evolve it that way. So that's the gameplay flow, and you see some of these players have taken it to a pretty epic level. So I'm going to pull up a match that some of the top players played on this arena here. So my score, I'm way down here at kind of 6,000 points.
Okay.
And some of these players here are up here at 11,000. Let's load up one of those matches here. Here we have, okay, yeah. It randomly picked a spectate match between an IOI player. You know what IOI is, Kevin?
No, yeah, fill me in.
It's the International Olympiad of Informatics. So this is kind of the Olympics of secondary school algorithms tournaments.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, just really, really crazy brains going into that one. And this year it was held in Singapore, and CodeCombat was included. So we had a lot of those really powerful algorithms players getting in here, playing our coding AI battles. And so it looks like this guy couldn't get enough, and he said, oh, I'm going to get in here and play your next AI League season arena. So he's got a lot of C++ here. So you can see all this is powered by code, and this is typical algorithms programmer style code here. Very, very dense, and we've got kind of a lot of modular arithmetic, all the variables defined at the top here. And yeah, I mean, you could eat this. It's just so, yeah, you need to drink some water with that one.
Yeah.
And so let's start this matchup. We've got Hydrabolic here on the right. You might have seen his name around. This guy, he does something different every time, and it's always surprising. Very, very strong player. So they're both doing what I was doing earlier, but with quite a lot more code. Hydrabolic's doing it in JavaScript, and in CodeCombat you can play JavaScript versus Python versus C++ versus some of these other languages. You know, it's really anything goes. Looks like he's tightened it up at 99 lines. I'm going to skip ahead here in the interest of time to see kind of what's going on here. You know, it's not looking good for our IOI competition guy. Hydrabolic just hammering him with all these arrows. So that arena, I think the meta was make sure that you can get the right shields up, and once you cast your big attack spells, then follow those up with those arrows quickly so that they can't do another shield. But overall, you know, you can get through these shields, so you know one player is going to go down. And so it's the optimization of the mana, making sure you're not wasting your mana doing the shields, and that's how you take it. So that's the regular season arena. And the tournament season arena, we made it quite a bit more complicated. And so that is this Sorcerer's Blitz.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Sorcerer's Blitz. Okay.
The I pulled up in the 0 to 11 age bracket. I pulled up two of the top players here, and you can see that the arena has gotten quite a bit more complicated. Before I play this match, why don't we go and hear from one of the players here on how they approach their strategy.
Cool, let's shoot over to Jeremy real quick.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy. I'm 11 years old, a student from the early bird maker in Taiwan. The main battle strategy is to deeply understand the enemy's attributes and combat methods. Think about the strategy and modify the code to improve my chances of winning. I'm glad to have this chance to participate in CodeCombat. Thank you.
Great kid right there, man.
Yeah, so we've got Jeremy here jumping you in on the left in red, and then we've got another top player over here on the right, and that's going to be Zhang Chengkai. And so we're going to see this match go down, and you can see a lot more is going on, because instead of just one type of collector, you can morph your little baby collectors here into all sorts of other stuff. So here we've got poppers, we've got mergers that make a really, really big mana fruit. We've got runners that put on bursts of speed and go really fast. And I just love those poppers. They're pretty hard to use. You got to write a lot of code, but if you get them hit right, boom! The enemy's going down. And in the midst of that, you still got all the same spells plus a couple new ones here for taking down your enemies. So the total mana is up, the strategic complexity is up, and you've got, oh, it's a steal here. Look, Zhang Chengkai just sent his runner all the way to this corner where you're typically building up those higher value mana fruits.
Gotcha.
He's got a lot of mergers going on, so he's using at least 3 types of units. Here, Changping Yuan over here, Jeremy, who we just heard from, he's got a lot more than normal collectors, and he's got some of these thieves. What these thieves do is they go and they find a really high value mana fruit, and then they take it from the person, take it back to the base. And so, wow, there's a lot of different, the only type I haven't seen here is the grower. I haven't seen the growers in play, but I've seen the other ones. And so you've got a mix of offense, defense, and just plain trickery here. And we can see from the stats that Zhang Chengkai is holding up, he's building up a lot of mana, and I'm guessing that he's got that saved in reserve. So his health's a little lower, is 700, and he's done any damage yet. But as the match gets towards the end, you're probably going to see him unleash with everything he's got, whereas we've only got kind of a little bit of reserves from Chang Pingyuan. And so I'm going to pause it right here before we see what's going to happen at the end to take a look at the code. Remember, this is the 0 to 11 age bracket, so these players are at most 11 years old. And I'm seeing here, Jeremy's got 161 lines of Python, and so we've got some event handlers here, figuring out what kind of mana to get. Looks like he's going for the basics here, just mixing it all.
Okay.
And then we've got, you know, deciding whether to use a special ability, bring the item back, or pick up the nearest fruit. So you got to explicitly code up your collectors what you want to do. And then he's got, he starts off with his 2 poppers. I guess he wants to try to get an economic advantage, so to speak, by immediately blowing up some of the other guys. And, you know, in this, your code can play on the right or the left, so you do have to write that code to mirror whether you're going to be red or blue team. Oh, see, here's where he's doing well. He's looking at the enemy missiles, so there's an API to see what is in flight, and he's reacting to that to try to determine what shields to make. It looks like he's doing a bunch of targeting coordinates to see how fast it's going. I didn't think of that. So he's determining if it's an arrow, a beam, or a ball by the speed. That's clever. And so then he's determining what shield to make and when, so that he can do that shielding. Now it hasn't fired yet because Zhang Chengkai hasn't actually sent any missiles yet. So a lot of that shielding code, trying to make sure he's got his defense up. And then he's looking at the enemy's health to determine what to cast. Yeah, let's see the rest of this play out. Meanwhile, Zhang Chengkai, oh my god, 829 lines of Python for this. I'm not going to break down this whole thing or spoil all his secret strategies, but he's got code for all these different unit types. Presumably he's using them all. I mean, we see these mergers, we see these action, and now he's starting to unload. He's sent all that mana, and all that shielding code doesn't seem to do a thing because there's not enough mana for it. So we got a 1 shield there. Oh, we're shooting back, and Chang Chengkai's out of mana. And he's making another collector. Can he take the shot? Oh, it's so close. We're in sudden death. It's only... No one can get another shot off, then it's going to be the blue team takes it. He's just got 1 more missile landed, and there it is, the 0 to 11 age bracket winner, Chang Chengkai. Congratulations for taking the top spot.
My name is Chengkai Chang. I'm from Taiwan. CodeQuest is amazing. My favorite units are Merger and Popper. Merger can merge lots of foods. Popper can do damage to all enemy units. It is fun to watch other players game to refine my strategy.
So, I told you before about the CodeQuest players. Let's zoom in a little bit on those names. I wasn't kidding. How strong are they? This is all of the leaderboards. And we can clearly see that these CodeQuest players taking almost all the spots. So, in first place, number 1, Chang Chengkai, congratulations. Chang Pingyuan, Jeremy, great job as well. Very, very close, separated just by 1 loss. And in third place, then we have Zhuhang, and that is just 4 fewer wins.
Wow,
so
yeah.
Almost the exact same to the 4th decimal point. Well played. Congratulations to them and all of our top 10 and extended winners. And you can check these leaderboards out for yourself. CodeCombat.com/league or on the CodeQuest site for the CodeQuest players. Fantastic work. So we have some very exciting prizes for our CodeQuest winners here. Let's roll the video clip.
Let's take a quick pause right here. So
Yep.
Which prize did you want to go to first?
Because
did we not want to cover the so we're going to cover those prizes that way first, because the one thing is that we wanted to go to the camp clip first.
Yeah, we wanted the camp clip. We're probably going to talk over
as opposed to the prizes. So what we can
Oh,
do
right.
is right. So that's the one thing that's just out of order, and we can totally edit this part over. So what we can do is I can do a blank screen coming to me going great, and we're going to take a look at the what is this called overall? What are you guys calling this? What's the name of this? What should I address it as?
The Sorcerer's Blitz level?
No. So like camp prizes, like play camp clip. What is this called? What is it verbally
like
called?
the CodeQuest camp.
CodeQuest camp. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go to blank on this, and we'll literally pick right back up after that. I'll let you talk over the video itself, and then we'll come back to the prizes. Sound good?
Yeah, just one sec. I need to check on the pronunciation on this a little bit. At least, apparently Taiwan Pinyin is throwing me off. I think it's Zhangchengkai instead of Changchengkai. So, like, because I just figured out the name there, and so I could have been saying that whole thing wrong, which would be kind of embarrassing. Wait, is it Zhangchengkai? Yeah, Zhangchengkai. And then this other one. Oh, it's Zheng Pinyin. Oh, I'm saying them all wrong. Damn it. Yeah, so I need... Oh, it was so good though. Well, we can at least do the leaderboard part again.
So do you want... Alright, so what I can do then is I can go from blank and then come to you, and you can do the leaderboard. And we'll pick up from the leaderboard, and then we'll go to the CodeQuest camp, and you'll talk over the video, and then we'll come back to the prizes.
Yeah, so I had just said congratulations to Zhangchengkai, and then, you know, let's like take a look at the top winners. And so when we cut in, we'll just say, all right, so here's the 0 to 11. No, and about like, yeah, see all the CodeQuest players taking it strong. Okay.
Great. All right, I'm going to go to blank screen real quick, and then I am going to come back to you to go ahead and get started. So coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
So let's take a look at all the top leaderboards for the 0 to 11 age bracket. And I wasn't kidding, I told you earlier, those CodeQuest players incredibly strong. Almost all the top spots taken in the 0 to 11 age bracket by those players. Of course, we have Zhangchengkai here at number 1, and then Zheng Pin.
So let's just go ahead and just do another clap right there. We're going to cut and come back to that. Let me know whenever you're ready to go.
So here, taking a look at the leaderboards for the top 10 in the 0 to 11 age bracket. I wasn't kidding you earlier when I told you the CodeQuest player is incredibly strong. Of course, we got number 1 taking at the one match we just saw, Zhangchengkai at number 1, and then we have Jeremy Zhang Pinyin at number 2. Fantastic work, and separated only by 1 loss, so very, very close. And even closer for the number 3 player, Zhu Hang. Fantastic work, just 4 decimal places, just 4 fewer wins. Really, really strong coding. And of course, all these losses are against older players, including professional software engineers. Not too many. So look at that win rate. Look at those strong performances. Really fantastic work across those 0 to 11 age brackets. You can check all of these stats and more on the online leaderboards that we've just posted, and check where you ranked if you participated. And really, really strong. So we have a video that we're going to play talking about the camp experience that a lot of these CodeQuest players qualified for. Let's roll that clip. So what you're seeing here is the first year that we ran CodeQuest, we actually had a Stanford hackathon, and a lot of kids came over in teams, both US and China players, hacking together to make their game dev project. This past year, we ran it a little differently. We did a camp at the Great Wall of China, and so a multi-day experience, intensive. We had barbecue, we had coding, we had expert speakers, we had flying drones, and it was a great time. So the CodeQuest culmination that you can get here in August every year is what we'll be looking forward to do again next year. A lot of the prizes have to do with future scholarships for CodeQuest camps, whether they're in Beijing at the Great Wall, whether in Stanford. It's quite a lot of fun, and I think you can see from this that you wish you'd been there. I certainly do.
Now, you know, the coding is what I'd have to learn. I know everything about the barbecue, though.
I don't know if you do until you've had Beijing style Yangrou Chuar, which is the lamb skewers there that we've got going. Oh my God, you cannot stop eating those.
Nice. Well, as we're coming to a wrap up on that, you guys obviously had a lot of great experiences. Let's cover some of the prizes that were included as well. I know that you had a laundry list of prizes. Let's go ahead and get started with the grand prize, which was $100 Stanford gift card and $1,000 scholarship for future CodeQuest Global Camp. Second prize took home an $80 Stanford gift card and an $800 scholarship for the future CodeQuest Global Camp. Third prize, $50 Stanford gift card and $500 scholarship. Then you guys had prizes up to top 10. First prize award and digital certificate, then top 11 to 100, second prize award and digital certificates, and then you guys gave the top 100 to a top 1,000. The third prize went as a digital certificate as well. So, I mean, you guys are giving out really great prizes for all of your participation, and I think Bill Wong did a great job in covering it, and that realizing that winning is not the end of everything, and of course failure is not fatal. You guys did a really great job at including everybody in a way that allowed them to kind of seek out their dreams on this. We've got some other age groups as well, Nick, correct?
That's right. We'll be going through and breaking it down for the 11 to 14, the 14 to 18, and the open age brackets. So we'll take a quick look at that. Before we jump in, I just want to say congrats again to the 0 to 11, and to note that the opportunity in a competition like this is that everybody gets to play against everybody. So we've got these tournament age brackets that you know, you're saying, okay, what's the best 0 to 11-year-old? But your code really needs to be able to take down those pros also. So let's take a look at one of those matches between the top two players in the 11 to 14 age bracket. I'm pulling that up here. It's going to be Buddy CC versus Yuan Tai.
Let's start that again real quick. Let me come back to me real quick, because there's a complete snafu on my part right there.
Yeah, but let's go. Let's actually go back and do one more take through the video too. It took me a little while to start talking on that one.
Okay.
And I realized I need to put a couple more points. Your section was great. I think the only thing to change is that I think it's not actually a Stanford gift card. It's like a Stanford gift, like, you know, a hoodie or something like that.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, cool.
So
let me get back
for the
to
one
me.
Just take card out of there. But
right, and just it's a gift. It's a general gift. All right, let me move a couple of the scenes around. Switch back to me real quick, and this is for post portions, just so everybody knows. Once again, that's where we're gonna stop and then pick back up. I'm going to go to a blank scene, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the cam clip, and then you can take it from there.
Yep.
All right, ready in 3, 2, 1.
So what we're seeing here is the original CodeQuest Stanford hackathon that we did, taking players from China and Asia and bringing them to the US, pairing them with American students, and doing game dev projects in the simulation engine. So really, really advanced stuff. It was a ton of fun, and the kids all got to learn from industry experts, hear about computer science career paths, and express their coding skills. This last year we just did in August, we did it at the Great Wall of China, and oh man, you should have been there. Multi-day experience. We had lots of CS experts. We had plenty of opportunities to work on the coding, as well as eat a lot of barbecue. And, you know, the Chinese barbecue. I mean, Kevin, I think you know American barbecue, but you haven't had barbecue until you.
I haven't had that prize just yet. Yeah.
Yeah, those lamb skewers. I can tell you can't stop. So it was a huge amount of fun. We had IOI circular challenges. We had APCSB courses from the world top universities. We had a rooftop telescope. We were flying drones around. Oh man! So we're going to be running these camps again, and some of the prizes have to do with scholarships towards those. Look at those happy faces. Don't you want to be there?
No, I mean, it looks amazingly fun out there at Code Camp.
Yeah, so the CodeQuest camp, that is the thing that we're all shooting for the prizes for those top players.
Definitely. And then just to list some of those out right now, you guys gave out a really great range of prizes. For grand prize, you guys gave out $100 Stanford gift, and then $1,000 scholarship for future CodeQuest Global Camp. Then for second prize, it's an $80 Stanford gift with an $800 scholarship for the future CodeQuest Global Camp. Then third prize is actually for a $50 gift card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to blank, just so that everybody knows I'm going to go to blank and then come back to me. I really didn't want to call it a gift card, especially when I got all the other ones correct. So I'll come back to me in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you guys had a lot of gifts. Well, I should say a lot of prizes, not gifts.
We're really getting on the gift cards here.
Yeah, no, the gift card definitely kind of hung me up. That's one that I probably should have literally read first. All right, coming back to me in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you guys gave out a really good range of prizes, getting all the way up to 1,000th place, of course. But let's start off with the grand prize with a $100 Stanford gift and a $1,000 scholarship for future CodeQuest Global Camp. Then second prize was an $80 Stanford gift with an $800 scholarship. Third prize was a $50 Stanford gift and a $500 scholarship. Then the top 10 got a first prize award and a digital certificate. Top 11 to 100, second prize award with a digital certificate. And then top 101 to 1,000, a third prize award and a digital certificate for that as well. So you guys did a really great job at, once again, I think, following Asian General Manager Bill Wong's advice on, hey, failure is not, losing is not necessarily failure. And of course, thinking about everybody and how they can grow and their coding experiences as well. In addition to that, you guys also have some other age brackets as well that have got some winners as well, right?
Yeah, so that's the prize list for each of these age brackets for the CodeQuest players. And we've also just happened to have taken all the spots in the 0 to 11 age bracket. Let's take a look in the 11 to 14 age bracket that will go on after that to the 14 to 18 and the open age bracket. So I'm pulling up a match here between two of the top players in the 11 to 14. We've got Buddy CC in red and Yuan Ta in blue. So let's take a look and play this out as we look over at the code. And I think this is, I remember, Buddy, you did really great on the previous season, taking one of those top spots, not quite all the way at the top, but you've clearly been hard at work on this one. And look at all that code. So it looks like we got over 437 lines of Python. A line can have a line break in it. It's like we just want to fill up the whole page here. This is a lot of logic. And so, yeah, I am the best one for. So he's got some code here that we're trying to see which unit is the best to pick up a fruit. So we're not just going for the next one. We've got extra logic to look at these thieves. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So, and we've already got Buddy doing some damage on Yuan Ta. Oh, big hit with the popper, blew up 2 of his collectors. And we've got thieves, we've got mergers, and I don't see Yuan Ta's got. He's using a lot of standard collector. He is saving up a bunch of mana, which we saw last time was a killer strategy. And he does have his firewall shield up. Let's look at his code. Version 89.13. I hope that's only 89 versions, but maybe that's 8913 versions. So, and see, this is obfuscated. I think you really name your variables with your various Hong Kong place names, but yeah, I'm down with it. It's interesting to know how tight this is, though, because he's got it all in only 75 lines of code. And, you know, here we're playing the championship match in this age bracket. So will it be enough? I think what we see here is that as you start to iterate your code further and further, you're able to put in things that beat, maybe there's just that one player that's giving you trouble, and you say, well, you know what? If the third thing they cast is this spell, and the fifth thing they do is this, and then at time 67 on a Wednesday they do that. Like, let's put a case in the code in there. And so you have the opportunity to say, like, all right, this guy's beating me, but if I can determine just from what he's doing who he is, I can do this one thing that takes me to the top. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Yuan Ta is ahead. He's shooting all that magic off. Everyone's out of mana, and he's over 100 health points down. It might be it for Buddy CC here. And we'll go to Popper, we're gonna go for the explosion of fire arrow, and it's almost done. And Buddy CC is down. So let's take a look at that video from Buddy.
I use find enemy missile to know when I should put up a shield to block missiles. And I fire an arrow after a ball, which gives my opponent 1 frame to put up a shield to block the ball, and I'll also fire an extra arrow with that if possible. My mergers will stop to pick up an extra fruit on the way back if their special is ready, and my runners must have at least a certain amount of health to use their special, and after a certain amount of time I'll start firing beams and arrows.
Alright, and that was a word from Buddy.
So look at that. The only match that Buddy lost was that one.
Wow.
He actually takes it #1 spot for the 11 to 14 age bracket. How about that? So congratulations, Buddy. #1, Yuan Ta strongly play it as well. And in #3, I don't have the actual Chinese characters here, so I'm not going to say this one. Yim Tzlat, very well done. In the fierce competition. Congrats to all the 11 to 14 age bracket winners. We'll get with the prizes that you're going to get if you are in the global competition for the AI League after we go through the other age brackets. Okay, I need to pause here because I think this can't quite be right. And I'm
taking a pause.
Yeah, because if Buddy only lost 1 match, but Shining Lights didn't lose any matches, and how come? I think we might.
I thought Shining Lights was in your 14 to 18 though.
Yeah, but they all played against each other.
Oh, okay.
It might be a red versus blue thing. Buddy might win when he's in blue, actually, and maybe that was the match we played, and maybe I need to flip this. So let me flip this real quick and see what happens. We might need to do that match over. So I am switching the red and blue order. The other thing I need to do, I just realized, Buddy, it seems like he talks about that specific match in the video.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure if he's, you know, because it doesn't seem like he's talking about what his general strategy is. He's talking about a match, you know, specifically, so.
Right, but it happens to be the same match. And
oh,
so
okay.
Now I really need to see what he said, and that was like the one that I didn't like watch closely. So okay, I need to watch that. Oh yeah, he wins in blue, so we got to do that again. Okay, wait a sec, because the video I have from Buddy is only 30 seconds long, and he doesn't show any footage, so...
I use find enemy missile to know when I should put up a shield to block missiles, and I
you
fire
have a
an
newer
arrow
version
after a
than I
ball,
do that's
which
processed, and it has
gives
part of
my
this
opponent
matchup.
1 frame to put up a shield
But it has
to block the ball, and I'll also fire an extra arrow with that if possible.
So maybe we put that in there?
An extra fruit on the
yeah,
way
so
back.
what I've done is when I got home today, I definitely went and grabbed, you know, the folder all over again. So I went and got all the new stuff, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not
okay,
sure.
So
I'm not really.
I think Brian might have. Okay, because I had the raw one, and then okay, now let me watch that one. I had the raw one, and I see now we have like. Oh, this is mixed better. Okay, so we can run with the one you did that you played because it doesn't show the end.
Okay.
And so you don't know that Buddy loses when he's red from just that video.
Okay.
And he's not talking about that particular match, so I see. So, all right. So we'll just start with the screen that we're on, and we'll just go through the Buddy's match again.
So go through the Buddy's match again. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go to blank screen and then come to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, coming to you, and oh, did you turn your AC unit back on?
Oh, I did for a sec. I was like, oh, I'm cooking here. Give me like a sec, and then we're recording against it. Never mind. Look good. All right, here we go.
You ready? All right, coming back to you in 3, 2, 1.
So here we pulled up the match between the top 2 players in the 11 to 14 age bracket. So let me get this playing. We'll break it down in the code. We've got you on top in the red here and Buddy CC in the blue. You on top, version 8913. Okay, so he's clearly been iterating his code a lot. I hope that's only 89 tries, not 8913 tries.
Yeah, please.
So here we've got some obfuscated code. I think normally people don't name their variables after pieces of Hong Kong real estate. So can't really tell too much what he's doing, but I can tell that we've actually only got less than 100 lines of code on this one. So very, very dense strategy here. And is it going to be enough? So I see in the replay here, Buddy, he's got runners, he's got mergers, he's got I saw some poppers going out and blowing them up. He's casting these balls, and it looks like he's got an early advantage. He is casting everything he's got as soon as he gets it. Now Yuantot's getting a fire shield up. Oh, big hit with the popper there. Yeah, he's not collecting as much as he might otherwise after that blow. And I don't see too many specialized collectors coming in on the red side here. So Buddy is probably collecting more overall mana. It might be that Yuantot is getting more of the kind of optimized shielding and attack spells in here.
Got it.
Yeah, so let's take a look at Buddy's code. Buddy, I remember Buddy playing in the last season and doing very well, and it looks like he's hard at work in this season as well. Damn it. Okay, we gotta start over because it decided to just tell me the answer early.
Oh, it went straight to the Buddy wins. All right. Cool.
There's a bug that sometimes it does that. All right.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, cool. Getting ready to come back to you in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so here I pulled up the match between the top 2 players in the 11 to 14 age bracket. We got Yuantot in the red, and we've got Buddy CC in the blue. Let's start this match off, see what happens here. And early attacks from Buddy here, just shooting some arrows out. He's got a quick 50 damage on, and oh bam, the popper did some damage, killed one collector, got it down. Let's see what the code's like here, because this is the popper just waiting there. Bam, this could build up a pretty big advantage for Buddy. So Buddy's got looks like about 400 and something lines of Python code, and this code is really, really dense. Buddy, I've seen you play in the previous season. You did very well, and it looks like you're hard at work on this one too. You've got poppers, mergers, runners, thieves, and it says, there are things as new line characters. You can kind of make these lines a little shorter if you want. There's no limit. You can just eat this up. Wow, look at this. So Buddy's got it going on, and it looks like he's only done another 100 damage in this time. Yuantot's got that fire shield up. Oh, those poppers keep detonating. Buddy, I think, is trying to build up a mana advantage, but Yuantot is being very conservative with his mana. He's got a lot more, and he's only 100 hit points down. I think this could be a close one. Let's take a look at Yuantot's code. Version 89.13.
Yeah.
I hope that's version 89 and not version 8,913 in there.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you know, something that was a little bit different about this one. I think this is some obfuscated code output. People don't normally do all their variable names after pieces of, looks like Hong Kong real estate? Like,
maybe so.
maybe this is just how he thinks, but yeah, this is, it looks like we got less than 100 lines here, so very, very compact strategy, and we've got some dynamic kind of different handling of each mana type here with some string concatenation on this. Very, very dense as well. But it looks like he's still playing the long game. He's almost half dead, and he hasn't let off a single offensive spell. And I haven't seen any of the merged collectors, right? So Buddy's using 4 of those unit types to great advantage. Oh, here he goes. He's starting to unload. He's hitting with those beams. Beam, beam, beam. Buddy's taking a ton of damage. Oh, he's got a fire shoot. No, it's the wrong type of shield. That water beam is just going straight through it. Oh, he's retaliating with some arrows of sudden death. Is it going to be enough? Buddy has no more mana. He can't, and it takes it. Wow, what a close match. There was, I think, one more spell would have got off from Yuantot, and we could have had some different outcomes. So congratulations, Buddy, for taking it. Let's see that video clip that we have. I think we've got one from Buddy here.
Yeah, let's hop over to him.
I use Find Enemy Missile to know when I should put up a shield to block missiles, and I fire an arrow after a ball, which gives my opponent 1 frame to put up a shield to block the ball, and I'll also fire an extra arrow with that if possible. My mergers will stop to pick up an extra fruit on the way back if their special is ready, and my runners must have at least a certain amount of health to use their special, and after a certain amount of time I'll start firing beams and arrows.
Alright, and that was a word from Buddy. Let's come back to you.
Well, congrats again, Buddy, for taking it #1 in the 11 to 14 age bracket, and look at that, only 1 loss in the entire competition. 99.87% win rate. That is a fantastic performance. Congrats again, taking it home. Congrats to you on top for the #2 spot, and #3 Yuantot at a 98.68% win rate, even against the professional software engineers that got in there.
Wow.
Fantastic performance in this one. And we have some more about the prizes that those global players are going to get outside of the CodeQuest tournament that we'll cover at the end. But let's take it on and take a look at what happened in the 14 to 18-year-old age bracket. So I've got a match pulled up here between the top 2 players, and let's get that started rolling here. You might remember Shining Lice's name, Gabriel Lay, who took it the entire competition last time.
Yeah.
In season 1. And Kevin, I don't know, do you remember his win rate in that one?
Was it 100%?
It was 100%. Nothing could touch him. So now we can see if Stanislaus here is going to be able to challenge our reigning champion here. So we've got Stanislaus J in the red. We've got Shining Lice in Gabriel in the blue. And let's take a look at the code. I see just a couple hundred lines here. So sometimes you write a lot of code, and sometimes you just have a really good strategy. And so I think we got one of those scenarios. Now we are making more unit types. So you can see this popper coming. What is that? Popper is trying to blow it up, but look at that merger is pushing it out of the way. Are you kidding me? Oh, I mean, he's still got the hit off, but like that was not where that popper wanted to go off, and it took him a while to explode. Let's see if he does. He's doing it again. Look at that, he wants to blow up over there, and he blew up in the middle. And there's friendly fire on those things too, so he actually probably took down some of his own, his own warlock died from that. So Shining Lice is turning Stanislaus Poppers against him, and meanwhile, you know, everybody's making mergers. Those are pretty hard to use, because what a merger does is it goes and it uses its special ability to put 2 mana fruits together, and these guys are very, very slow. So you don't want to make the trip all the way out here and all the way back for 1 mana fruit. Oh, and he's blown up again. So this is really dirty fighting here. let's take a look. No one has shot any offensive missiles yet. Everybody's using their mana just to transform their their mergers, their runners, trying to build up that advantage. Let's take a look at what Shining Lights has got going on. I'm going to pause this for a sec. I just can't get enough of those poppers going off. And look what he's got. And so here you can see a little bit of the secret sauce of how Shining Lights works his magic. He's got a lot of these vectors, a lot of vector math in here to figure out the positions, right? He's got the run around function. He's predicting where the enemy's going. This is clean, well organized code. I don't know, Shining Lights, if you're watching this, you might have taken a dig at last time at the code organization here. This is clearly a level up. You're making us all feel bad here. And you know, and we've got several hundred. It just keeps going. We've got about 600 lines here. We're sorting the missiles based on, let's see if we can play this a little bit and see what happens when the missiles start to go off, because there's a lot of code here to predict what's going to be happening when those missiles fly, seeing what's happening with the shields. Here we're still in the economic mana dominance. Oh, the missiles started. He blocked it. He blocked it. See, we saved up a lot of mana, we're shooting the beams, and everything except the arrows is getting blocked. Shining Lights doesn't even cast a shield when those arrows come, so they don't do much damage. When those beams shoot, he blocks it with the exact right type of element, and he doesn't take the damage. So he's actually a little bit behind on health, though. Stanislaus is winning by the health. He might take this one, and it's not like Shining Lights has built up a whole bunch of mana. He's actually doesn't have too much. If he can get a spell off here, he's going to need to attack soon.
Yeah.
But Stanislaus is not getting any more mana, and there's a popper here about to just, yeah, there's not any special collectors, but someone's going to need to take a shot. Oh, the arrows are going off, but I don't think he has time. Oh, this is so close. And he's ahead, can he? Oh,
you gotta be kidding me. Separated by 25 points.
It's not even that. Look at this arrow that was going off that Stanislaus shot right at the last second here. It's 1 frame away. Let's zoom in on that. Oh, that is death right in your face. Can you believe that? And Shining Lights couldn't shield. He's making another collector for some reason at the last second. That's not fully spawned. So that is it. That's got to be, let's see, is that 1 frame? It's 1 frame,
yeah,
because
literally.
The arrow disappears as soon as Stanislaus dies. And he was at 0 health, and he has to go to -2 from the sudden death. I think he was at like 0.1. So this frame he's actually still alive. So, and then, wow, could it be any closer? I mean, but if what they go with by the Fast and the Furious is any indication, then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, right.
There's an inch-or a mile, winning is winning, and that's what we see here. Congratulations, Shining Lights, on that one. And I think we might have gotten a clip from him.
Yeah, let's take a look real quick and hear from Shining Lights.
I like how CodeQuest AI League is really challenging, and I constantly have to create new strategies and adjust my code. I think CodeQuest allows for more complex tactics than some other esports. For my strategy, I only fire arrows because everything else can be easily blocked with the shield. The only unique thing in my strategy is I use mergers to push away enemy poppers from their most effective position.
Very nice, and that was a word from Shining Lights coming right back to Unit.
Let's take a look at the leaderboards. You noticed that we Shining Lights highlighted in his video clip the mirror match of what we just saw. So when he was red and Stanislaus was blue, and it was also super close. It looks like he had 48 hit points at the end. You have to write your code in this not just to play one side, but to also play the other side. And each of these matches is determined randomly which side you're going to be on.
Oh.
And
okay.
so when we look at this insane 100% win rate, 0 losses, I mean, he's winning no matter what side he's playing on. So congratulations again to Gabriel Shining Lights for taking the #1 spot and for edging out all other players, including all the adults. Just fantastic. Stanislaus coming in at #2, only 2 losses overall in the whole match, and Piotr Krzymalski up at #4. 99.47% win rate. That is solid. So great performance. Congrats again to all the 14 to 18-year-old age bracket winners.
Nice.
There's one more bracket we'll take a quick look at, which is the open bracket, and I have that match pulled up. So let's play to the end to see who wins. The #1 and #2 players in the open bracket. We got SM Loa and Measured Thinker. Measured Thinker was the open bracket winner last time as well. So let's see if she can hold on to her crown in this. SM Low is a serious contender and is completely active on the forums all the time. He's probably a little bit too nice in terms of helping out other players with their strategy and their code. Talk about true mentorship. Let's see what he's got going on. Was that a Popper versus Popper? Yes, it was. They just go head to head and cancel each other out. And there's a dead beep over here. Man, this is too interesting. Okay, well, let's take a look at the code. We've got the constants defined at the top. Lots of Python here. 745 lines. You know, you can just tell from looking at this. Send biggest attack, maybe pierce shield. There's a lot of commented out stuff too. It's like, well, that strategy didn't work. Oh, but we might want it in here. Let's keep it around. And so, yeah, it looks like a lot of this is about how to use the poppers and the mergers. So you need to write a lot of code to use those correctly. Also the thieves. And so on the blue side, Measured Thinker, again in JavaScript this time, really, really good code organization. You can tell she does this for a living. Merger handler, grower handler, missile handler. Yeah, and she's got basically the same amount of code. So this is a Python versus JavaScript showdown. And let's look at what the behavior is. We've got those mergers. We've got the runner. Oh, that's a great steal. She stole all the way. She's stealing all the way these really big mana fruits in the corners.
Okay.
That you have to write extra code to get because they're so far. But because they grow over time, they get really, really big. And so she just raided all of SM Low's corner mana, and now she's going for the top corner here. And that's building up a lot of water mana. And everyone's still saving up that mana and just trying to use it to gain an edge, building all the special collectors, which take a bunch of mana to create. And these units do wear out over time. So every time you pick up a mana fruit, it takes 1 health, and they eventually collapse in exhaustion. And so she's pulling out a lot of really big ones, whereas SM Low is pulling out more smaller ones. But he does have those thieves going. He just took one of the huge ones back to the base, and he's got 20 earth mana that he's piling up. And Measured Thinker, she's starting to shoot a lot of those arrows at him. SM Low just waiting, biding his time. He's not making collectors. Oh, he's got some arrows coming out. I think both of these players realize maybe a little bit of what Shining Lights did, which is that if you play really, really well, you know, you can determine what kind of missiles are going to be fired and block those shots. So if you resort to the arrows, maybe not as much DPS, but you can get those shots through, and it's not worth shielding against them. So the highest levels of play, the meta is about those arrows, and it looks like Measured Thinker took it again in a fairly close match, but you know, this is more than an inch, maybe a little bit less than a mile, but a comfortable advantage here. And I think it is, you know, that use of those runners getting to the corner, taking those really big mana fruits, building up that advantage. So did we get a clip for Measured Thinker?
Yeah, I've got something queued up for her. Let's go ahead and bring on Measured Thinker now.
Hi, my name is Bhargavi and I'm a software engineer by profession. My strategy in the game was to prioritize mana collection based on the units that I chose and the spells that I cast. I also chose to defend during most of the game and switch to attack only towards the end. The part that I enjoyed the most was experimenting how the various units and spells work together. Thank you for organizing the AI Arena this year.
Very nice. From Measured Thinker, coming back to you, Nick.
So just the last leaderboard to look at here. This is the open bracket Measured Thinker. Congrats again, your #1 spot again, taking it home. And SM Low #2. Nice work from the fantastic, fabulous People clan. And Shin S in #3. And I'd like to point out Measured Thinker playing for Team HyperX on this one. HyperX, awesome sponsor for all these prizes we've got for the global leaderboards. I'm actually rocking the HyperX
I'm jealous.
Now, take a look. Yeah, these are sounding real great. And so we do have some of those prizes lined up. In just a sec, Kevin will take us through them. Let's take the overall, we'll put all the leaderboards together and look at, not by age bracket, what we're doing. Shining Lights, Gabriel taking it again, #1, undefeated. Almost doesn't matter how old you are in coding, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
You can be old, you can be young, all that's mattered is your code and your strategy. There's nothing about credentialism, it's all about what you can do. That's why I love it. And we can see that in this wide age, you know, you were down to #4 for our professional software engineers, because these kids are really, really dedicated and really, really the future. and I hesitate to compete against them in the global information economy market. Like the next version of Code Combat that these kids are gonna make, yeah, we're not gonna have so many bugs.
Yeah, we won't be competing that much anymore. Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, congrats again to all the top players, and congrats again to overall champion Shining Lights, A-League Season 1 and Season 2, undefeated. Can he do it in Season 3? Let's see. So let's get those coding muscles ready and see if we can.
I want to thank Nick, the Code Combat CEO, and of course Bill Wong, General Manager of Code Combat Asia. Check out the latest leaderboards and start playing at CodeCombat /League.